It's time for another Blue Jackets drop in. I'm Bob McElligott, joined by Jody, Shelley, and today we are joined by Blue Jackets forward Alexander Wennberg. And Alexander, you're one of the guys that has flown the coop, so to speak. Once this whole coronavirus pause to the NHL schedule was set in, you ended up going back home to Sweden, in Stockholm right now. How many days did it take before they said to you guys, okay, if you want to go home, you can go home. You don't have to stay in the city that you play in?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a tough situation. Right away, you're staying home in Columbus and you're just waiting for a new update. And I mean, me personally, my girlfriend, my family was back in Sweden. So when we came to this point when we were saying like, okay, this is a big thing. I feel like for me personally, that was the most important for me to be back with family and my girlfriend. So I don't know, maybe it was a week or something, but. Like I said, for me, I was by myself in Columbus, and obviously it could have worked out. But during this situation, it's so hard to tell what's going to happen, and you got to be so careful. So I made a decision that I felt for me the last 4 weeks I've been home. It's really helped me get through this tough time for sure.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, whenever there's something like this, you do want to be at home. There's no question about that. You have the opportunity. It's good to be around the people that you love and you trust so much. Was it weird to be home during the month of March this year?
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, when I packed my bag to get home, I didn't have like a winter jacket, and you come back to this and you're freezing cold all the time. So that was kind of a shocker because usually you come back, it's sunny, you're seeing all your friends, your family. Instead, now you're getting back home, you're not really hanging out with anyone, barely see my parents. Just make sure that you're not having like the virus, and make sure that the people that are a little bit older than you, that you don't put them to risk. But instead, you're finding ways. So going out for walks with the dogs, and like I said, you're not used to doing it in Mars right now. All of a sudden, you're like, oh, Sweden is colder these times. So you kind of realize that quick.
So did you travel with the dog? You have a little dog that you have in Columbus, right?
Yeah, but my girlfriend left a week before I did with the dog, so they were all gone. That's why the situation was a bit different. But usually we just take the dog in, so it's a dachshund, so it's weighs around like 9 pounds, so it's really easy to just carry it in your lap. So it's kind of, and also he loves to sleep. So when you're on a flight for 98 hours, she's passed out the whole time, so it's perfect too.
Oh, that's nice. Well, first, it's good to see you, Alex, and glad to see you're safe. And I'm just wondering, when I go home, there's a few things I like in Canada, like some food and some things that excite me. Have you been able to enjoy some of the food you like back in Sweden since you've been there?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I have this pizzeria place right next to me. So if you're Swedish, you're going to know there's a big difference between American pizza and the Swedish one. So I would say probably the first day I went straight to that place. I'm in the house where I grew up, so I've been in this house for like I don't know how long, but I get into that place and you just bring back memories. So that's really what I'm kind of like craving when I get back home, the classic Swedish style pizza from my favorite place. Yeah.
Are you at your mom and dad's place?
Yeah, I mean they have this place where I grew up, where I live right now with my girlfriend, and they're out in like a summer cabin kind of ish. So this is where I grew up, but I'm not staying with the family right now. They're in a different house right now. So,
have you been able to enjoy any home cooked meals from your mom?
Not at all, actually. We've been going for a walk like outside and try to like just talk as much as you can on distance. But right now, it's I kind of like learning a little bit more about cooking myself. I'm pretty much, I mean, obviously the girlfriend is way better than I am in cooking, so I try to just follow orders and do that. And I would say I'm kind of impressed how my skills have improved in these 4 weeks. So maybe if you call me next time, I show you 1 or 2 tricks in the kitchen. Is that so?
I look forward to that.
Oh, yeah.
Now, one of the differences between Sweden and much of the rest of the world is, like, we're still here in Ohio. There's still a stay-at-home order where they really don't want you going out anywhere. Sweden has kind of kept the economy open, but is it normal there? Is it still like everyday life, or what kind of differences are you seeing being in Stockholm as compared to when you're usually there during the summer?
No, I would say, I mean, obviously, if you're you can realize that some people are really careful and really like staying at home. And I mean, some people are fortunate to work from home. So you don't see that many cars and like out in the streets when you're driving. But the only thing is like, I mean, obviously every person have their own will how much they want to take it serious. And some guys are still out eating at restaurants. But I would say right now when the situation is getting more serious and people realizing how big of a danger it is to move around and how it can affect like the whole country, I feel like right now you're coming into this point where more people realize that you have to stay in. And how you notice that is that there's a lot of people you see in their backyards who's playing with their kids right there. You see a lot of people out walking with the distance. So that's not usually what I'm used to, because when you come back, people are going to work, kids are in school, and now you see that more people are at home and try to like make the best out of the situation. So.
All right. Well, it's not that hard to figure out some of the things that you're up to, because you're active on social media and especially on Instagram. And one of the things that we wanted to ask you about was this budding music career that you have going on, because we've seen you playing the guitar on Instagram. And I went through your question and answer thing that you had on there where you were talking about starting a band. You don't know who the lead singer is going to be. Hey, you got a pretty good voice, buddy. I mean, I don't know if you're going to believe me or not, but for a guy that knows something about voices, I think you sing pretty well.
Oh, I appreciate that. I mean, so here's the thing. Like, I started playing just for fun, and I love music. So picking up the guitar, singing, but I've always been the guy who kind of like sings at home, maybe for like close friends. So I haven't really opened up for a wider crowd, but I always talk to Murray about this, and he's like, we should play on the street. We should make it like, we should create a song, and like he's super hyped, and I'm like, I don't know about that. So that's why when it comes down to an album, I feel like Murray's going to take the lead there, and I just have to follow. I'd gladly be a backup singer for him, though, so I'll tell you.
Yeah, that guitar.
Hey, what kind of music? Yeah.
Oh, for me personally, I'm kind of into everything, but whatever song I'm listening to the music right now, I'm into a lot of country songs right now. I'm kind of like going into that direction, but like I said, I'm pretty wide open when it comes to music taste. So.
Well, where's the guitar? Show us play a couple of chords for us there, if you would. Everybody sits in their kitchen with a guitar right next to them, by the way.
Yeah, I always have it on the ground. Like when someone calls me if they needed to hear a song, I'm like, oh, sure.
Look what I found.
And obviously now that I have my big opportunity here to make it as an artist, I'm going to play a little bit. So, and like I said, this is like not really what I'm comfortable with, but giving my best shot at least. So
great.
So this is Jason Aldean, Burning It Down, which I kind of like.
Oh, yeah, great song.
This is like my first year when I got to Columbus. Boone Jenner played this song to me, and I was like, wow, country is good music. I haven't really paid much attention to it. So it's, I would say this is pretty much like one of the first songs that I heard when I came to Columbus. So, yeah. So give it a try. Using her finger and tearing my t-shirt, stirring dirt back in my mind. You keep on flirting, 'cause you know that it's working. Stuck in my hair, riding the line. Sing a song without you if I try. Slide up like it's the last. And we just hanging around, burning down. Cool Jack Daniels, jam, some old Alabama cold. Waiting right here, naked in my bed, and I just been praying. Love it when I sing makes me feel like an angel. We about to get a little tangle of about now. Girl, and keep burning down, burning down, burning down. Ooh. That's all.
Well done.
It's crazy how nervous I get. I mean, I play in front of a lot of people playing hockey, but sitting in front of you two guys there, I'm shaking like a leaf right now. So.
Hey, so how do you self-teach or how do you teach yourself? There's the right English. How do you teach yourself to play the guitar like that?
I mean, it's a lot of practice. I feel like for me, especially playing hockey, kind of like two of them goes together. When I need to like calm down and get away a little bit when you're thinking about hockey or stuff like that, I always turn to music. So I think you started when I was 15, 16, and you're looking at YouTube videos, how to play chords, and after that, you just try to improve it. You try to create some rhythms in your head. So I mean, I think it kind of helps me keep calm down a little bit, and that's why I mean, like it's been a lot of hours playing because it's a lot of times you need to relax, I guess.
Talked about Ryan Murray, and of course we know he plays the guitar too. But when you guys are together during the season, any jam sessions you get together and play a little guitar together?
Yeah, we used to jam a lot, but it's the last couple of years haven't been that much. Maybe it's me kind of like pulling away a little bit, maybe getting too serious with it, man. But I always have great memories when we were staying at the old apartment building where a lot of guys staying there, and we were all go up to one guy's place and we would sit and play, and we were like Ryan Murray, William Calls, and we were just sitting there and just, I don't know, playing whatever song was in our mind. And it's a good time, and like I said, just to have some laughs and you just show what kind of songs you just learned or something. So it's kind of fun, actually.
Alex, I got bumped off there. I don't know if my internet went crazy because that was awesome. You're a great singer. I love the whole thing. I mean, you are a modest guy. You're selling yourself a little short, but that was an awesome rendition, man.
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
And thanks for sharing it with us. So yeah, I just heard Bob's last question, but what else do you do to spend the time to pass the time? I mean, it's unique to be able to pick up a guitar and really get in tune and in touch and play a song that you hear on the radio. What other arts are you into? Anything else that piques your interest?
I mean, right now we're kind of trying everything. Like I said, I try to stay active with Instagram to show what I'm doing, what I'm up to. But I mean, right now it's not a lot of exciting things happening. But lately we've been catching up on, I don't know, like a Spanish TV show. So hopefully I'm going to be fluent in Spanish after this. That's one interest. And I also try to do a little bit of painting. So right now we've picked up a couple of brushes and just go nuts over that. But I mean, right now, like I said, it's a different situation right now where you're not used to have this much time. So whatever you can do to keep yourself busy, I'm down for it. It's fun to experiment a little bit with new things too.
When you're kind of doubly waiting for some things. We're all waiting to find out when hockey's going to come back. But for you, is one of the parts of that waiting to see, when you're going to be cleared to leave Europe and come back to the United States as well. Have you, I don't know if you talked to anybody about that specifically, but how many people do you stay in touch with to try to figure out what the heck's going on?
I mean, it feels like every day you're just waiting for an update, or you talk to your friends, you talk to family on the phone, you talk to guys on the team. I mean, we're 5 Swedes on the team right now, which you kind of like have a conversation about, okay, does anyone have any new information? How are you guys staying? Like, are you guys skating? Are you guys doing something different? So you try to keep up with things that can help you stay positive in all this. But obviously it's a hard time. We don't know what's going to happen. And for me, I just try to stay positive, do my part to stay home and not be like out there and making myself vulnerable. So right now, just stay in shape, out running a little bit, lifting weights, and working on some stick handles. But like I said, obviously there's a lot of Swedes in the league, so there's a lot of people in the same situation as me. So all you can do is just talk to them and see how they feel. And when it comes down to it's time to go back, you just gotta find a way to get back, I guess. So.
Are you stick handling with that white stick? Did you take the white stick?
So that's a big issue right now. I'm out of white sticks. My dad stole all of them, so right now I'm back to black. So I don't know how I'm gonna keep up with the white stick right now. So we'll see what happens with that.
Well, thank you very much for joining us today. We really appreciate that. And again, as Jody said, great job with the guitar. And as I told you, great voice. You're doing a nice job. So you can keep it as a hobby for now, but someday don't be afraid to come out of your shell. Okay.
Yeah, we'll see about that. So, no, but thanks for having me, and I hope you guys are staying safe there. and hope you guys are doing it right during this all quarantine time. So.
Yeah, we are, and we're ready for it to end, but we also know, just like you said, it's very important to do what you have to do right now. That's what we're doing. And Alex, again, thanks so much. Enjoy the time that you can over there in Sweden, and hopefully we all get back in the same place very soon.
Yeah, sounds good.